What's up, fam? You Lee? Look, we have special guests on tonight. You know, of course, myself, Kelvin. We here. Brian's
What
on
up, yo?
assignment. Y'all know Marcus. He's steady working. But look, we look by the end of the season, we're gonna have a whole family up here. But you know, let's make sure we bring them all in. You know, Bang Exchange. We got Ashley. We got Tashay.
Hey,
What's up, ladies?
And we got my man Penalty Talk in too. Look,
Things up, Rowlers. Y'all looking beautiful today.
hey.
Handsome and beautiful. Let me put it that way.
Muy guapo. We international around here, fam. You, man. So, how's everybody feeling today, man? You know, we got a little dove. Got that good feeling on us, man. So, how y'all feeling about that?
I started to wear my hat backwards today because we was a little gangster in Arkansas, but I said, you know, I ain't gonna do it. I said I'm gonna be calm, but yeah, I'm feeling good.
Feeling good. It's always good when you get a W. So you know, can't complain too much. You know, you always see some stuff, but it's all good.
Hey, with this particular team and this particular season, I just take the W, baby. Just win, baby, win.
Win. That's all. That's the name of the game.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I like what they did. It always feels good to talk about wins versus losses. So, you know, getting a win and then also surprise, getting licensed as a chiropractor as of Friday.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Appreciate
awesome.
it, man. Appreciate it. You know, so
we can't afford him no more. This is last show.
Nah, I'll still be around. So, you know, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, though, you know, come on through. Come see me. Let me know. Be starting hopefully 2026.
All right.
Awesome.
Hey, I just got one thing to say. Be careful about FAMU and the hookup, bro, because you have a whole line. What you say now, Jay? We want to hook up in a quick minute now.
We love a good hookup.
Hey, the best I can do is starting next year, 50% off the week of homecoming and the week of the Florida Classic.
Okay.
There it is. Right. We got the hookup already on the way.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know.
All right. Well, look, got a new chiropractor in the group, man. Look, I'm loving the sound of that, man. But sounded like, you know, the Rattlers did a little back breaking up there in Arkansas.
Great segue.
There
you go.
And a little heartbreaking at the same time. But, you know, kind of looking back at that game, man, y'all saw more than I did. Ain't gonna lie, caught about that first quarter. I don't know. I need HBCU go to kind of do a little different, man. Down here, at least in our area, you couldn't watch it on TV. You had to watch it on like the phone or the computer. And yeah, I found myself comatose trying to watch that phone after the first quarter. I caught back the fourth quarter, but how did y'all feel about that first quarter, kind of how it started and how the game went?
Well, I thought they did a good job defensively, you know, tackling to start the game off in the first half. You know, still a few, you know, misreads and everything, but defensively, I was impressed. It was a better display.
I'm going last.
Okay, well,
I was gonna say
I will just keep going. Well, I'm going to get into this a little bit more. Once again, I always hate that we don't score first, but there were things that happened in that first quarter, and I got a crack research staff, and we're going to talk about this. That they had several penalties that brought touchdowns back in that quarter. Yeah. So while it looked good 7-0, it could have been much worse on their side, which again kind of concerns me. Which again, we just the Achilles heel of this team is clearly pass rush and pass defense, as we know, and Keith got a breakdown on that. But other than that, you know, I'm just not satisfied because again, when you see some of the big plays, once again, when you score first, it just puts the other team on, as they say, literally on defense. So that's my only thing about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could definitely agree. And just the scoring part, like that's been our thing, our MO, should I say, all season, right? We aren't really putting points up early. If we do get so happen, it's likely a field goal. So while there are things that you can kind of attribute to, it's still the struggle in game 8, 9. Same. You like to see some improvement in those types of plays, especially scoring, because you got to win. You got to score to win. So you like to see improvements there in order to, like it was already said, you score first, you kind of start to demoralize the team. But you get the ball first, or your first drive and you're 3 and outs, or even if you're just giving the ball up fast without a score, any type of score, it keeps that hope alive for the other team.
Absolutely, and I saw where Jordan put in there. It's kind of the same old stuff every week. Like that's definitely a very valid point. And I think that's some of the frustration of Rattler Nation when you're kind of watching this. Some of the things that you saw later on in the game was the flashes. Like that was the scary part. You saw how fast this team was, and you were like, "Yo, if we could see this from Goldie every play, if we could see this from this player, that player, and get them the ball in space and that nature, oh my goodness, what would this team look like?"
Yeah, so Ashley will tell you, I was concerned about this game coming in just because Tony Hall and Chris Peter, the quarterback, I knew that they could score the ball, and I know we struggle with our pass defense. I didn't think it was as bad as I think it was kind of revealed this game particularly. But I was concerned about this game. And the first quarter, I think Ashley and I were on the phone, and we kind of got off the phone, and then they started kind of acting up, and I was like, we need to get back on the phone.
They played better.
They were playing better. We were on the phone. Me and Ashley, this is the only time we superstitious, okay? When it comes to FAMU, we don't go to certain games together. We don't go to certain games apart. Like we really, it's serious because, So I was concerned about this game, like I said, just because I know Tony Hill's offense, they can score the ball and they keep a good quarterback, and we saw that definitely in that game. So I'm happy we got the dub, but it was nerve-wracking, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Ashley is a high school athlete. Did you play any sports also, Tasha?
No, I cheered.
Okay, well, that's a
sport.
Anytime the girls get dropped, that's a sport now. But when we were in high school, they didn't consider it no sport. But yes, it is now. But
the reason I said that because when I heard superstitious, anybody who played any kind of competitive, we believe in superstitions. Number one,
superstitions hard, yes.
Yeah. And all I'm going to say about this game, you all pretty much said it all, is what I said before we came on air. Y'all need to start having expectations about this team looking different. We're going to get off the slow starts. We're going to give up some points, but we're going to out-talent the teams we better than.
Yep.
And that's what we saw.
Yeah. Definitely.
Exactly. We are who we are is the epitome of that.
You mentioned a slow start, but the half finished with us ending up with a lead, albeit small, 10-3. That first half, we kind of come back there in the second quarter, scoring 10 points. How y'all felt about that? Just getting that 10-point in there and kind of just finally going into halftime with a lead for the first time in a good little minute.
I think this might be the second time overall, I think second time all season, if I remember correctly. So, it feels good when it happens because it's only the second time. And that it still speaks to the slow starts that we're talking about. And like Kelvin just said, that's who we are. So it feels good when we kind of step outside of our norm of not having a lead or potentially not having, only having maybe a field goal. So it feels good in that way. But it still leaves a lot to be desired. And we just have to accept that's who we are. But it feels good on one hand. On the other hand, it's like there's so much more potential that you see just sitting back and watching that it also makes you desire a lot more from what you see.
I'll go. All right. But yeah, no, I agree with Ashley. Like at this point in the season, this is who we are. I was saying it Saturday, as of November 8th, if things haven't changed by this point, I don't think they're going to change at all between now and Thanksgiving weekend. So, you just got to roll with what you have and just make the most of it. Maybe tweak a few things here and there, go back and evaluate the film. and just continue to build off of, or do your best to build off of what works, and then kind of tweak and adjust what's not working. Like, again, I pulled up a clip of Saban Saturday saying, you get the right people on the bus, you get the wrong people off the bus. So again, what's working, you keep doing it. What's not working, take it out.
Anybody else?
Oh, I was gonna let Tasha go. I thought we were just kind of going. Tasha, were you going to say something?
No, go ahead. You got it. I said.
Well, here I understand the part of we are who we are, and you guys that have played sports, ran businesses, you still want to see improvement. That's the disappointing thing. Yeah. So while we might not be the best team, you want to see your team improve. You want to see what they made mistakes in week 1. They're not making the same mistakes in week 8. So those are things. Now, is the talent, or can we beat people? But I still expect this team to improve. And that's the thing that we have not seen, is where the simple things, far as that you have these problems. And do you say, okay, well, you know what, something to look forward to going into next season. We started this way. We started slow for as penalties or run blocking or things like that, because we had to put a focus on that. But you just don't see that. And that's the thing about it, is the plateau. And that's when people start questioning, because one of the things I heard Tremaine Jackson say on the coach's call, where he was talking about his players. I haven't seen a great game yet. I'm expecting them to keep improving. I expect that. So you should expect, if you're coaching, because that's part of coaching, is to improve. As they say, let's get 1 hour better. Let's get 1 mile better, or something. All those cliches about a little bit of constant improvement. And that's the thing I think is most disappointing. What would the coaches say is where we have improved from where we started from? And that's, to your point, Kevin. We are who we are, but we shouldn't be who we are. We should be getting better to a point where in the end there's a finalized result.
Absolutely. I 100% concur with pretty much everything that's said. But I'm just not going to set myself up emotionally for that. I'm going to embrace and accept, it's kind of like if those of us who have kids, right? And in my case, I have 3 girls. They all got their own personality. You can't expect one to be like the other. You kind of have to accept them for who they are and hope they figure it out. Well, that's my analogy for this team. Yes, I want the best. I want more. You're right. We should see progress. You're right on all accounts. But I just didn't realize this team is who they are. This staff is who they are. And for this season, this is who they're going to be. Period.
Yeah.
They are what we thought they are, right?
So I don't know. I didn't think that.
Going into the season, I didn't think this was what we were going to be. But I said it last night. I'll be dead honest. After the Howard game, I was done. Like mentally, I went into the mental health protection phase. So look, I tell y'all quick, I got a whole master's degree off of the Willie Taggart era of Florida State football. Like, I did not watch a single Florida State football game. It was a great time, and I finished that degree. And it was, when I came back out, they were still sorry. And at this point, that's where I'm at with FAMU football. Like, I'm here, I'm gonna support, but my expectations are not where they were at the beginning of the season, where I thought, this team has championship potential. I feel like you have championship level talent, but I don't know at times if that talent is being put in the position to succeed. And I think the coach stated as much last week.
Yeah, and that's the hard part for me. I don't know if it's talent or coaching. I suspect it's a little bit of both, to be honest.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, whatever it is, nobody seems to be able to figure out. The only thing I can say I've seen a little growth and progress is with the offense in general, play calling, explosive plays, because we weren't getting any of that. And the way the offense look against light talent is very different from what it looked like when we played Howard. That's the only thing I can point to.
Hey, Keith, can I address something real quick?
Absolutely.
Shout out to EA. EA is always one of our greatest rattlers, always on social media fighting a good fight. He asked that will his teams, especially the championship team, get better as the season went on. Well, let me tell you the difference between a championship team and a team that's not. a championship team already feels they're great. What they want is consistency. And what you saw out of our 9-2 teams are always our championship teams. We were consistently scoring. We were consistently stopping people on defense. See, that's what you have there. When you have a team that's already great, so when you start looking at the Jackson States, you look at the FAMUs, you look at the Gremlins, you look at the Sun teams that won Celebration Bowl, they were consistently great. So that's what you really want. So my answer to that is that, yes, what Willie had a standard, and the standard was the standard. So that's what he had there. So, yeah, there was a progress that said, we're going to start off here on this journey, and we know we have a good team. How do we get to greatness? Greatness is to a championship. So, yes, there was improvement.
Yep. And I think by halftime, we got to a place where you weren't comfortable. I think none of us are comfortable at half with this team this year. But I will say I was glad at the beginning of the game when I heard he deferred, because after last week, he'll never need to take another kick at the beginning of the game if you're going to take a knee at halftime with time left on the clock. When I say I wanted to throw something through the television last week, watching that game, and it's like, bro, you're losing at halftime and you're taking a knee for what, for why, and for who? And for this week, I was like, hey, you know what? Take some of your own stupid out the game. I'm cool with that, because when you came back in the second half, you get the ball back, and I guess you only know one way to play. I mean, I don't know. You ain't play Xbox or something, but you got to adjust at some point. But after the half, look, it got good for a little bit, right, Lewis? We 7 points. Didn't give up no points in the third quarter. Like, let's call a spade a spade. For 3 quarters, the defense, the clouds were they were cloudy. I won't say they were dark, but it was a little cloudy around that defense, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll admit that. I will admit that. I've told myself, I'm like, I'm not going to call them the dark cloud defense until I get back to seeing consistent week to week championship style defense. But I will say, for 3 quarters, it was.
I'm gonna disagree with y'all. I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm sorry. The reason that there were no scores was not because it was cloudy, sprinkling, light chance of snow, it was none. It was 100% that the UAPB's offense was making mistakes. There were a lot of penalties.
They were handy.
When I tell you Chris Peters was airing that joker out every time you turn around, every DB we had was getting beat. And I love them. Y'all know I love y'all. But we gonna call a spade on here tonight, because that should not have looked like that. Tackles, missed tackles, no wrapping up. It wasn't cloudy. The lack of scoring was not because it was dark and cloudy. It was literally on the mistakes of the offense of the other team. It was actually bad. It was not good. The scoring, we did, we held them, but it was not because of us, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion.
100%. Steve already had alluded to it. Tasha's hitting. Hey, that guy threw for 350 yards.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, it was not a good defensive performance. We just was able to, again, out talent. They really didn't have a great defense, and frankly, every team we play on from here on out is falls in that category.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They're not a defensive juggernaut. We'll be able to put up points, and we're just gonna have to outscore them.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is. Yep. I mean, our DBs were getting beat like they stole something.
Bad.
So we've got to. That's an area that needs to be improved. That was it to me exposed. I don't know if it's been exposed in that manner prior to yesterday. Maybe it has been, but it was just so glaring. They were just like Shay said, airing it out.
And let me tell you how I think 3 or 4 times Tony Hall went for it on 4th and 8, 4th and 12, 4th and a couple of times. No lie, y'all can check. He went for it on 4th and 12, and we're not talking about at the end of the game where you don't have choice. We're talking about like the second quarter. Mm-hmm. Third quarter, he was going for it on 4th. 2 times I remember specifically, he went for it on 4th and 8 and 4th and 12. And I want to say he might have converted once or twice. On 4th, literally, it was how many times?
2 for 2.
See?
Definitely converted on a couple of those 30 longs too. Converted on those 30 longs.
Yes, it was bad. 4th and 12. You know how disrespectful that is.
Yeah,
go for it.
They were 9 of 14 on 3rd down, and then they were 0 for 3 on 4th down.
Yeah, over 3. Sorry, 2 for 2 on the red zone chances.
Okay.
9 for
But I know
14 on those
It was those third down. I'm talking about 3rd and 17. Third
but we're one of the worst third down defenses.
Oh yeah,
you got to be in
100%.
college football. Like, I'm sorry,
100%.
like I hate to say this, another Xbox reference, but Cozy, I like you. You're a good dude. You got your PhD. You're probably more qualified to be the university president than some others because you actually have a degree in education leadership. But guess what, bro? Defensively, it's time to pass the sticks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
I mean,
well,
I agree.
Well, I just want to say so. You know when it's bad. So my mother does 2 things. So she has on her Infinity. You know how you can set when a certain school comes on, it'll say, "Hey, this team is playing." So when Jack State or FAMU is playing, it automatically pops up. So she's always watching both teams. You know it's bad when your mother, and I'm just, as they say, to defending, I'm not going to say the number, but you know it's bad when your mother calls you and say, "Who is number such and such? Why is he always getting booked?" You know, that ain't a good thing when your mama knows that such and such is in the action. And we know who such and such is. And, just out of respect, I'm just not going to say the number. But that's bad when your mama say, "Who is such and such?"
Probably was 19, respectfully, of course.
I love him so much.
I really do. I like him as a player. Like he got a fumble recovery last week, but he needs safety help. Like, honestly, I think a lot of this is scheme though. Like, there's a certain point, and that's why I'm saying, like, I told you I don't dislike Cozy, but as a defensive coordinator, I hate what I'm seeing because we're doing a lot of drop A, even when the guys are in like zone coverage. Whoever the heck is covering the middle of the field, especially if it's a linebacker, he's going to get burnt. It's not an if, it's a when. We're going to look at the play in a few minutes, really short. But it was like you're consistently seeing the same thing over and over, that you're pretty much playing prevent defense. And the only thing prevent defense does is it prevents you from winning most times.
I said it.
I will give credit to UAPB for this. They have pretty good skilled people.
Yeah.
That receiving group, that receiving core as a group, they're pretty good. They're decent. And the quarterback is one of the few quarterbacks that we face that can, make us pay. That's consistently accurate. So yeah, offensively, they have some pieces.
So I just wonder. Oh.
No, you good.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, I just wonder, like, defensively, like, because I saw the clips and stuff like leading up to tonight, and I'm just like, are we talking enough on defense? Because defense is all about
communication. Yeah.
Like, are we saying, are we giving signals of like for emotion, or are we saying like, motion? Or are we saying like you pick up this, you pick up that? Like, y'all see when we roll it, but yeah, I have some questions, man.
Kenwick Thomas is our DC. A William S. Kenwick Thomas, he was formerly at UAB.
That's what it says. DC. That's who it says, the defense coordinator. Right. We know who really calling the plays, though.
Well, I think the scheme is him, because we've been told that I'm trying to be careful, but yeah, we've been told that you know what I mean, that some of it is complicated because of his entrance. So
everybody kind of be quiet. That's all right. Look, I don't stub no toes. Y'all know Cozy said he calling that defense. I don't know why we trying to dance around it. We'll duck no smoke around here. We're gonna tell like a TS is. The head coach say he is calling the shot. And offensively, it looks like the head coach is also calling the shots. Look, I ain't gonna cut it no way but straight. I'm sorry. In the end, FAMU does win the game after a fourth quarter that literally, if you had 4 of those, that would be almost 80 points in a football game with 84 points. We gave up 21 points in the fourth quarter. Disastrous. But you came out with a win. So end of the day, I think we're all kind of celebrated, excited. They scored a late touchdown in garbage time, but I don't think the game was really, I don't know if it was that final score really says how close the game was, or if it just causes more concern for those that, are ready to kind of turn the page on this regime. So that's y'all. That ain't Keith. I'm cool. I understand.
They left a lot on that field, man.
Offensively, it said how close the game was.
I think it showed. And if you're an onside kick away from a game, that's close.
Defense, that last defensive drive was probably the worst I've seen all year almost.
It reminded me of the Howard defensive drive
where we got all excited because we up by 1 point, 2 points. And then, I mean, 15 yards here, 17 yards here. Just driving down the field in no time.
Howard, Albany State, Alcorn State. You can name any game we done played this year. Whenever we go about double digits, immediately the defense gives it right back.
And I want to point out something that Tasha's making a point. They went 6 plays, 75 yards. But understand, too, that was super poor clock management. And they even talked about that because if there had been better clock management, it would have, to Ashley's point, they would have had another minute where potentially things could have got funny. So when you're going 6 plays, 75 yards, bad clock management, still score quick at that. You know, those are things that, and this goes back to a couple of things about, and what I'm saying about improve. So, Kelvin, you just said that. Listen to the games you named. We've seen that consistently. To me, as a defense, all right, guys, we've seen them before. I need you guys to make a stop. Let's slam the door. Let's get on out of here and get back to Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Those are things that you talk about because you know this has happened before. And to Ashley's point, and we have seen games in this conference and nationally where you thought the game was won or lost, and it was not. You know, like I say, so we can't sit back there and say we literally saw a game in Las Vegas. Something like that kind of happened. We thought, hey, we score, but all of a sudden something happens. A play here, and then a 44-yard field goal wins the game.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. And Fat Mouth Sports in the comments. Steve mentioned something about that last week. Not about this person, but he was talking about Nate Rembert. And it's the same thing with Kareem. Nate Rembert, Kareem, if nobody else, he shouldn't have got nowhere near the end zone because we know what he can do. Nate Rembert last week, he shouldn't. Everybody and their mama might have scored last week, but he shouldn't. And the same thing this week. We know what Kareem can do. That boy was trying to have a 100-yard game on us again, and we about let him do it.
Yep. Almost got a little get back. It's beyond frustrating, but it's a win. So, you know, let's we've been here for a good little minute. Let's let everybody get a good 2-minute break so y'all can restock. You know, might put some Jazzle juice. You know, my juice is always Christianated tonight. You know, ain't none of that fang exchange in there tonight. But you know, don't catch me at the new tailgate. I'm telling you, like if you catch me in that first shift, if I'm working beverages, I'm heavy-handed. So don't come up to me talking about you a lightweight.
My type of guy. My type of guy.
All right, y'all. 2 minutes, 30-second break. We're gonna come back, and when we come back, we're gonna do our 2 segments where we're gonna kind of, you know, get a feel and look at some of these plays. What you see is what you get, and also we're gonna go straight from there to the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we're gonna have right there double segmented up so that we make sure we get y'all in here, man. We're not here for a good time. Only for a long time. We're for a good time. All right, y'all. Y'all get ready. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, starting now.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
Planning an event? From weddings to corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC brings over 15 years of experience to make your vision a reality. Based in Metro Atlanta and serving statewide, even internationally, we provide versatile event planning and authentic catering cuisines tailored to your needs. Whether it's pre-game meals for student athletes, fundraisers, weddings, corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC is your one-stop solution for exceptional service and unforgettable food. Our diverse culinary heritage means we cater to all cultural taste, dietary needs, and food restrictions, making every meal uniquely yours. Let's make your next event unforgettable. Visit us on all social media at CMJ Events LLC or email us at cmjeventsllc@gmail.com. Also give us a call at 404-664-3882 so that we can start planning now.
College football fans, a champion will rise in Atlanta on December 13th. MEAC champion, SWAC champion, the 10th Cricket Celebration Bowl, crowning an HBCU national champion. For event and ticket information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year. Returning to Atlanta on December 12th, 4 bands will qualify for the big stage, where 2 national champions will be crowned. Follow us for rankings updates throughout the season, and join us on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
We're back. Super Mashup, ONG Strike Zone, Fangs Up Podcast, Fang Exchange, Uncle Steve with the Coach's Corner, and Penalty Talk. We all here to talk good things about FAMU after a win. And, you know, sometimes, as the old song says, what you see is what you get. So, kind of look at some of the plays from the game. We might look at RJ's interception, too. You know, that did happen, but I don't really know what you're going to take from that. But what you see is what you get, you know. So kind of look at the okay, we will definitely play that so y'all can see that. But so here's some of the key plays for the game that we looked at. Let's kind of see if we can, you know, start over here. Let's pick this one right here. So big pass, Goldie Lawrence, FSU transfer, kind of. We'll push it back so y'all can see him. We'll remove the comments so it's easy on me. Like, so y'all behave in the comments. Troy, you got your gin. I normally roll with Babaco, Haitian rum. I moved down here to Central Florida. Now y'all got me drinking that Haitian stuff. And it's amazing. 5-star. Anything less than a 5 star is not worth having. But what do y'all see just at the beginning of the play here for RJ?
Well, I was gonna say, I see, you know, he strictly stays on his first read the whole time. Which I mean, obviously, if it's not there, we know it's not going anywhere else, or it's going to be a bad throw. But yeah, first read was the best read. Touchdown, good play.
That's play calling too.
Well, yeah. And that's smart. You know, he's not a quarterback who's gonna, you know, read the defense pre-snap and say, well, my safety is lined up here, so this route and this route tree should be open. He's not that guy right now. So you want to give him an easy read, an easy throw. The slant is the easiest route to throw. And that safety took a bad ankle, and it was over as soon as Goldie caught that ball. It was as the announcer said, he gone.
Right.
Hey, Kelvin, I wanna talk about what you said about the safety, but this is the thing when you start talking about play calling, because this is a little bit more in depth if you really look at it. So they're going straight across, cover 2 standard. But here was the thing that you like about. So you have Haley in the backfield. Keep running a little bit, and I'll show you what happens with the safety a little bit. So the case is supposed to stay on the hash, but see what happens is when that running back leaked out, the safety moved further off the hash. You see, he's not even in the play. So right now go ahead and run it and watch where the safety's at, because he's accounted for the running back that's coming out in the backfield. So again, when you start looking at coverages and you start, this is what I'm talking about, setting up plays. What we've always talked about, setting up plays of where one thing can open up another. So while in cover 2, that safety's supposed to stay on that hash. He saw that running back leak out. You know, again, what did we talk about? That out and up. So he said, hey, let me get over this so I can be ready for it. Once again, good throw. So I want to give them credit where credit is due, because that was really set up a little bit by that running back leaking out, pulling that safety over just enough to give him that hole to get into the end zone.
And as we often know, that running back oftentimes get the pass, right? He usually gets that short dink pass, and while he had some yardage, he could have made some yardage. It probably wouldn't have been a touchdown. Most likely, unless he made a good move, it wouldn't have been the touchdown that it ended up being with Goldie. So another opportunity to go against your tendencies.
Unfortunately, let's be honest. I think the good part is that you threw to Goldie. Like, if you throwing it to some of the other receivers, that ball's thrown in triple covers. Like, he threw it to the right person. But if you're kind of looking at reading the actual defense, the running back was probably who he probably should have thrown the ball to. If you're gonna,
no. He actually no.
I agree.
We'll see. EA, no, because you got to understand something. Remember, the linebacker, they're playing cover 2. He's sitting back again. I'm talking about with the safety. The play was made because the safety didn't make the play. That's what I'm talking about. The touchdown happened.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that safety moves over.
Right, because he's shading over. And remember, you're talking about a speed guy. See, this is again when guys start and see this. Okay, I'm about to get on my soapbox real quick. This is why you got to put speed guys with speed guys to distress the defense because he knows that guy Haley can go. So let me get a couple of steps over just in case. So that's the reason why I want to see more route combos with Goldie, with Wilshire, with guys like that, so you can put stress because one step allows a guy like Goldie to go to the house.
Correct.
Yep. And it was 4th and 5, right? So that's exactly why they thought it was gonna go to Haley, I think, because he was more, he's our reliable guy or whatever. So that I agree with you, Mr. Campbell. And I said that from the jump that this was a good play. That was a good play. That was dialed up right.
Okay, so we got a good play. Let's kind of go to the other side right fast. Like, so we got this right here.
Run this one back.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Like, what do y'all see first and foremost? Just looking at the play there.
Confusion in that corner over there. I saw that one in real time, and it just pissed me off. I walked away.
This is that play where I was saying earlier, like, are we talking to each other? So, like, I even wrote down for this one, when you bring it all the way back, when you go back, like, so 10's in motion, right? And at this point, right there. At this point, you have, I believe that's 12, and you have Nayron right there. Whoever that safety is at the top, number 17, needs to already be saying, motion, motion, motion. And that needs to signal to our other safety, because I feel like he's the one that is supposed to take him. You need to come down. You need to pick him up. And then that running back peeling right up the seam, that's supposed to be Nayron's guy. It's Justice Cross. He's watching the quarterback because, again, I believe that quarterback run. So it's putting stress on him now because now he has to do his job. He has to do double duty. And then you see it after this play is over. Justice Cross, he's getting on Nayron, and he's telling him, he's like, dude, you got to that up. You have to have that. So, again, this is just miscommunication all the way around from the safeties to linebackers. So that when one guy doesn't talk, you can see now, like, it's exactly.
Let me say one thing, though. Anybody who has coached football, watched enough football, that a linebacker on that guy is a mismatch. Once he got within five steps of him, he was beat. He wasn't going that DB who was there. He wasn't going to be able to run with him. A linebacker wouldn't have been able to run with him neither. Now he was in good position. The question is, why did he come up? To me, I believe it may be the same guy, but what I don't understand is just like what I said last week about Rimber in his first touchdown. I'm not sure the football IQ is being displayed there. Because if you look, there's no reason for him to come up and try to play that guy up front. The guy just run right past him. He sees him. There's no trickery in it or anything.
Nothing.
Yeah. He almost like he was trying to go. He was guarding the other.
And I don't think that they were looking out for the quarterback, because remember, this is the play right after Chris Peters gets his mouth bust. So we got the backup in there.
Right.
Yep.
He just missed it. I think it was miscommunication because Nayron and Cross were fussing. I mean, 17. I forgot who that what's his name? But anyway, they were fussing. I think it was some miscommunication or a mix up there because nobody was where they were supposed to be.
And then
JT said he bid on the motion, and I think that's almost that's what it looked like. He just bid on the fact that the other player was motioning and let other guy run right past him.
And then my other thing too with all this is like, I get it, you know, football is not what it used to be 15, 20 years ago, but do we realize that like we're allowed to jam guys within 5 yards? Like, because my thing is, if that running back is releasing, if I'm Nayron, exactly. I'm chipping him. I'm knocking him off his mark. At least if I'm beat, I can buy some time for Justice Cross behind me to pick him up and run with him. Look at even the wide receivers here. Like nobody is getting a hand on anybody. We're not pressing them. We're inside the 20. Like, you know, like come on.
That drives me batty. First and foremost, the set in general. I hate the fact that this corner gives the receiver a free release up there at the top of the page. And then at the bottom, I mean, I kind of get why you're playing a little farther off because it's a right-handed quarterback. He is throwing over his body to his left hand. So it kind of gives you that extra space to react. But as much to your point, where are we making contact? Because within 5 yards, you are allowed to make contact. And honestly, that's that place at the line of scrimmage where you're forcing that. Like, I'm going to force you to either show me you can get off a jam or show me you can't get off a jam. And at some point, you got to slap somebody. Like as a receiver, I'm sorry. Like if you're going to jam me, I'm slapping you. And it's not mean to be, I'm not slapping you in the face, but I'm slapping your hands. I'm doing whatever I can to get off you. All that shaking and shooking ain't going to do nothing if I got you and you can't get off the line for 5 yards because the ref's not going to throw the flag for pass interference because you got 5 yards to do whatever and I can maul you. So I think at a certain point, I don't know if we're challenging our opposing receivers, and it sure as sugar don't look like we're challenging them when you're giving up 300 point plus yards in games, passing wise.
And I'm not sure we line up correctly on there. They exploited the safety who came up to take the guy in motion, but the defense is supposed to shift to that side because that becomes a strong side, and that's safety. He tries to get over, but he's very slow and late and getting to the middle of the field. So therefore, he's beat by the time the back gets to the end zone. So just I don't know if it was scheme, communication, combination of all of it, but you know that's what our pass defense looks like.
Hey, Keith, a couple of things, and I tried to. Well, let's be clear. That play has been ran on us 3 different times by 3 different teams. Alabama State ran it. Jack State ran it, and I want to say something, and they all scored touchdowns off of it. So, again, this is stuff that you're seeing about tendencies. Now, here's the thing about your wide boundary corner. The reason why he's not pressing him is because, again, first of all, jamming is a skill. So, if you don't jam that guy, that's a free touchdown. So, usually, remember, the field is compressed. So, he knows he's got the back boundary. So, the guy has to come to him anyway. That's why you're not pressing there, especially if you're not that type of guy that can really handle that, because if you miss that, that's a wide open touchdown. So I understand that part. The thing about it is, again, they've run that play before, like I said, and that's as soon as I saw it, I said, I know why they did it. They've seen this on film. We've constantly not been able to. Now, also remember, too, we have seen teams run the short side pitch, jet sweep, if you want to call it. Once again, they know that. They see we're being aggressive, and that's why you get that running back going right to the flat. So these are kind of the things that, again, when I talk about improvement, when you see you've been beaten before, and
the same thing.
The same thing when we play Alabama State in September, which is the same play. People say, hey, you know what? We can run this play on them, and then it's now November, and they run the play that we didn't learn in September. Those are things that I'm kind of talking about, because every time, and everybody knows this, any scoring play is always going to be broke down the next day. What did we do wrong on this? Okay, if they run this way, we're going to do. So these are things that when I see this, and again, it's kind of funny when you shout out to HBC Coach's Corner. Coach Cole kind of talks about this. You know what I mean? From a coach's standpoint, when you see that's the reason why I kind of know what that quarterback is doing. Because people are always, why they not jamming? Why they not doing that? Well, first of all, again, it goes back to my point. You got to jam. Say you're not going to jam because you got the boundary defender and you don't want that guy to just run past you. But these are things that kind of concern all of us when we've seen this before. And yeah, you can teach the technique in fall camp, but again, and you can look at Deion is really great at that. You can teach it, and I think Michael Irvin talked about it still doesn't mean they can execute it. Teaching is one thing, being able to execute it is another thing. We don't have those physical type corners that can stop, turn, and run. So now what they've done, our defense is predicated on what the players can do. So that's the reason why you kind of see. So I agree with you guys, what is taught, but it's also what guys can do. If he can't do it, I'm not going to put him in press man because, trust me, it'll be 80-yard touchdowns every time. So I just want to point that out, that we've seen this play before, and it's ran again 2 months later.
I love that.
Yeah.
Mentioning successful plays, though, we got Jamal Haley right here, and we've seen this play a lot, but it worked this time. Why did it work this time? Besides the fact that they're just not as good as we are, why did it work?
Well, I always talk about, for me, it always starts with how we line up, right? So we got both end receivers outside of the hash. I always talk about that. So we're creating lanes and creating space. It's just a regular handoff read option, and Haley is the type of back, if he finds a crease or make one guy miss, it's over with. And that he made that guy miss, and he outran the angle. Touchdown. It wasn't nothing complicated at all. These are the kind of plays we should be running, but we need to run them when we got this field spread out a little bit so we can create a little more space.
Yeah, I've noticed like with this play and then like other plays, like we have a tendency, because I wrote it down here. Yeah, like everyone, like we're crashing down to the left side of the field here, and then basically what it is we get our speed guy one-on-one in open field. They can't make a tackle. Tackling is a lost art nowadays too, unfortunately, all around at every level. And that's actually a really nice block too. Who is that? 54.
Stay on his block, right? Stay with the block.
I like him.
Yeah. That's a nice block. That's how you finish it. And then, you get him in open space. That safety has a horrible angle coming down.
I was about to say, he took a horrible angle.
That's the second time. Is that the same guy that had the bad angle the last play too?
I don't know.
So.
He came up. He went back and then came up. So play it again, Keith. You watch. He when the play first starts, he watch. I don't know what he was thinking. Look, he went back and then look.
Looks like he was fooled into thinking it was pass play.
Yeah. Well, no, look like to me he over pursued because he thought that he was going to bounce it outside instead of cutting back inside.
Yep.
But did he misread it pre-snap? Because notice how at the beginning of the play, he gets into it like a draw. He's backpedaling like, oh crap. Like you see how quick he's backpedaling? That's why I said I thought he read it as a pass play and then said, oh snap, they're running. And then he realized, as the children say, I'm grits and I can't catch this guy.
Yep.
No, he was taking his read. I believe that's the way he was coaching. Everything
was
said that he was taking his read steps.
He got a single high safety. That's the reason why. Yeah. So his first is pass defense, not run support. Because as they got 7 guys up. And this is the thing too, which again we always talk about this. Where's the line of scrimmage at? This is when the offensive line. Look at where our offensive line is at. We'll establish a line of scrimmage. They're not in our backfield. This is what I like about Haley. Once again, sometimes he'll get stopped, but that's why you got to keep giving him the ball, guys like that. Because once again, he's able to cut back, and that cutback is always going to be wide open. And mind you, this is I don't know. Let me see. What this is the fourth quarter. So because before this, he actually had one they brought back, right?
Yep.
Right before this.
Yep.
So again, if you keep giving him the ball, and again with the offensive line going again, and like you said, 54 with a great seal block to really do it. So this is the thing that just kind of frustrates you when you kind of see this, like why we didn't work on this at the beginning of the year. These are things that you kind of say, get your fast guys to be fast.
Right.
I like the formation too. Like I'm a sucker for the pistol. I think the pistol does something for a guy like RJ who doesn't read very well. That it helps him as far as just being able to already have stepped up in the pocket. He doesn't have to move about the pocket as much. And even with this, see how Haley gets a running start, almost like the I formation, opposed to the sidecar thing. So for me, I personally do like the pistol, and I love the fact we have 6 down linemen. I mean, you have 5 offensive linemen, you have a tight end as well. I think that it also helps, even though the tight end on this play. He blocks to the left, and as Peeps mentioned, everybody really blocked to the left. I think that was really a great play. And then you can't leave out the fact that the receivers blocked. Like one of the receivers blocked. The other one, he just runs the guy off because he's like, well, crap, this dude thinks I'm gonna catch the ball. And you know, I think that was part of why the play was so successful.
Jordan.
And Haley, the reason he's also successful with these type of read option runs, he presses the line of scrimmage before he makes his cut. So, you know, that play was going to the left side of the field. He took the handoff and he ran to that with conviction to that side until he saw that hole in that cutback lane, and then he hit it. He exploded. Yep. But him pressing the line of scrimmage kind of sets up that cutback for him to be able to get to the weak side, outrun the angles. So it's actually really good running on his part too to set up the blocks.
Yeah, and I like the play call. I got to give credit. I got to give Coach credit when it's due. I love that play call. Now, for a play call I didn't love, and largely because of execution, RJ throws his first interception of the season.
Pressure.
Yeah, I don't know where he was supposed to go. I know where he was supposed to go with it.
He was pressure. He just
he supposed to drop it down. If you look,
yes,
all they had to do was dump it down.
Yeah,
that was a touchdown.
He missed
back again.
Absolutely. And it looks like it's a screen.
Yeah, it's checked down. It's wide open.
Oh, wait, run it back again. Like it's like the 1 second mark. Like, okay, right there. So what I'm seeing, because I was looking at this earlier, like if you look at it really, really closely, because at first I'm saying to myself, I'm like, Jalen Rogers is wide open up going up the seam. Like he has the leverage, that safety at the top on the near side hash. He's already committed. Because you got, I believe that's Burris running the wheel, and then that's Goldie running right at the safety. He's already committed over here, but I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, if he sees Jalen Rogers running up that seam, if he throws that ball as soon as he just comes up to pass, it's a touchdown. This game ends like 38-28, or probably even.
And for clarification, he's in the middle of the field, correct, on the left-hand side there.
Who are you talking about?
Jay Peeps. The player you're referencing.
So Jalen Rogers, yeah, he's at the top. He's running right up the seam, like, or right up the middle, essentially. Like he's right there on the. I want to say, what?
And he waved his hand out there.
Yeah, because if he had thrown it right at the right moment, he would have ran the rest of the way in it. Yeah,
but he didn't have time.
Yeah,
but he didn't have time
immediately.
He didn't have time at all. You see, look at our line. They're in the huddle. They're talking to each other. Look at them right there.
But you look at them over there, all on one. But
all hanging out together.
All hanging out together. But this is unpopular opinion. While it was a bad interception, I'm okay with it because if you look at this drive, RJ was really getting into a rhythm. He had just threw a dart. Okay, he had just threw a go ball. I think it was about 30-some yards. Okay, go ball. And so he was really getting into his rhythm. And I think that with the pressure came, and then he throws into triple coverage too. He got two guys that he like. We know he gonna go to 2 and 87. He like Baby Burris and he like Goldie. That's where he gonna go. And that's what we saw, man in his face, and that's what happened. I'm okay with it just because I saw him take some shots down the field in this drive that lets me know that he can make some throws over 5 yards. So I mean, it was in the end zone. It wasn't gonna be no pick six. I was okay. It's his first one. He was very frustrated about it. You could see him on the sideline, but
see, the ball should have been gone too. He was late with the throw, which allowed the safety to get there. Because if you look, the cornerback is beat right there. He's within 3 steps of him, so he beat. So if that ball is in the air right now and he don't float it as much, he put touch on him, but he don't float it, he still could have completed that. It would have been a hell of a throw, but he still completed that too.
I was happy to see him make some to go for some things. I was happy to see that. That drive was really good. I was sad that it ended in a turnover because it was a very good drive. It was a very good drive.
Yeah, you saw the receiver had to jump back and try to come back for the ball. Yeah, if he had threw that early, he still would have completed it.
Now, the only thing I'll say in defense to what I see here, and it goes to EA's point where he says, no, you can't have turnovers in the red zone. a quarterback with a quick release, and we know RJ is what he is at this point in the season. November 8th, 2025, he is what he is. He's not a quick release guy, should I say. But again, someone with quick feet, someone that knows how to set their feet real quick, get that ball out, like less than 3-second release, like an Aaron Rodgers type. Maybe I'm speaking too highly or having too high expectations. They get that ball out, and that even if you float that to the back line, that's a touchdown. Now, again, also too, Jalen Rodgers is good for at least one drop a game. Unfortunately, that's also true. But yeah,
you know what was interesting about this though, and I like what Tasha said, but this one was interesting when I watched that. You know, you get a big play from Golden. This is the first time we didn't turn around and didn't run the ball. That was kind of interesting to me. Because that, again, not to say, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm talking about the processes now. So now you've got this big play. So then you look who you got on the field. Like I said, I'm assuming that was on the field. Why not finally do your dive play?
I'm so sick of that.
So then, then to JP's point, Jordan's point, this is where, again, growth about a quarterback, right? Because when you start looking, the defense is literally telling you what the coverage is. It's literally telling you that, right? So then it goes back to the point when you look at what the coverage is, to your point, that the guy that's open, even though your first, again, we know the play was like throw it to the wheel route, right? But again, you got to be able to understand and say, okay, I see.
There's no safety in the middle of the field. The post is there, right?
The post is there, and that's when you got to start processing and understanding what they're giving you, and say, you know what? Let me make sure I trust what I'm being taught, because that might not be open. But this guy, because like Jay said, literally before the rush gets there, he's open right now. If you throw it to him right now, literally, it's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown, easy.
You know, so those are things that are you identifying, and you're looking at your cover, and you know, because every play that is called has a spot that's supposed to be soft against the defense. That's supposed to execute.
But to your point, to your point, Mr. Campbell, I would say that he still has not learned yet to take what the defense give him. He hasn't learned that yet, and we see that over and over again. And I think that's you know, he just has not learned that yet. I think
also, to JP's point, he never looked at the receiver who was supposed to get the ball.
Never even turned.
He stares down the receiver, and it's the wrong receiver. Like the play call is not to that guy. The play call is meant. Look at it. It's essentially the reason the offensive line. The offensive line looks like trash because they're supposed to. It's essentially a screen. And so the offensive line is staying back here so they don't get that penalty, because look where that little blue line is. I think this is that screenplay that's supposed to go to the running back. It's right there in the flat to the right. He's supposed to catch that ball. And then one-on-one, you let him.
Because he did turn around. Play it again. He turns around, expecting.
He's staring him down right there.
Yeah. You're right.
And that's an easy floater while you have a defender running at you.
So I think that the idea was the play action makes the defense slow down and go towards the right. Then you send the guy underneath, to the left. You send the guy underneath to the right. RJ drops it off, and that guy gets 3 or 4 yards on first down. All of a sudden, it's 2nd and 6 or 2nd and 7.
But why, like Mr. Campbell said too, why pass play on 1st and 10? You just go ball 30-some yards. Why are we passing in the red zone instead of going to the run? 1st and 10.
Sounds like we're being cute. But I kind of like it though.
I ain't got
the problem tendency. Our tendency is
and I get it, but again, I think what some people are saying, and I guess this is the part about what's funny. Damned if we do, damned if we don't. But then do what you do, because again, to me, you got those guys tired. They're already running down there. You go with the quick hype. You get it in. Now you're 2nd and 4, now the whole playbook opens up again.
When
you run the ball. So again, see, to me, plays again have rhymes and reasons, right? It's one play to set up the next play to set up the next play. So again, if you're calling this, and like now as we're breaking it down, there's a couple of things that you see why it wasn't successful. Because if the first read was to the short screen, that's A, that didn't happen because he didn't throw the ball. B, he didn't realize the defense that was sitting up there that had the slot got the short boundary guy running down there with a streak, which would have been a touchdown. And then you go to the last play, but you throw it late and hope that, he goes and gets it. So, those are things that, again, and I guess we're always saying, if you want to be a championship team, those are things that you just got to execute. And this is my thing. I'm going to keep saying this. The standard is the standard. RJ has played because, again, if we start pulling out other quarterbacks, which I'm not going to do, I'm not going to say any names, you can see other quarterbacks and play less, and they're making plays. So we can't, so I'm not going to give them that. So come on now, let's get it going.
Or just take the sack.
Check down. No, you got 3 guys open, man.
Just pick one.
Points are made, but at the end of the day, this is Division I football. You got 3 guys open. Make the play.
And then you could call it the dagger if you want to. But Thad Franklin finally goes over 100 yards. And he finishes it with a chef's kiss right there. I don't know who that is in the end zone. I think we all might know who it is. I hope it's not who I think it is.
Now he was all up behind him on his play sheet.
I remember you mentioned that. Another kind of unbalanced front here too, though. So that's the thing. We got a thing with these unbalanced fronts, which I don't hate. 6 down linemen. I feel like I don't know if that's my favorite tight end in there or not. It is because he missed that block like hell. Hey, that's still my dude. He got a little what's for. Look, 24. That's my dude. Ritter is my guy.
Watch the safety for Pine Bluff on that side at the beginning of this play. He bailing out, right, because of our alignment, and he's got outside responsibilities. And so when he comes back into the play, that's him missing the tackle too.
Sheesh.
They were tired by then too. They were tired.
They was tired and they ain't want no smoke. Like they was looking. Not. You started looking like, look who's running downfield, and kind of much to your point. We made this point about Jackson State. Look what that offensive lineman is. Is that 5 yards down the field, and he's making a block and engaged?
That's Reed Taylor.
He's staying on it, right?
Yeah.
And then look at our wide receivers. Like this is what made it play. Our wide receivers blocking.
Yeah.
Ace Cobb.
Yeah.
Jones High.
Well, let me. I saw this play, and I just want to be that guy just because we're having a great show, and plus you saw the Patriots running back. Looking at go
too soon.
And again, so I'm asking again. Not saying there's a right or wrong.
Okay to score.
Too soon, man.
So again, I'm not saying the right or wrong, and this is not a criticism. I'm just curious about people's thought process on the panel. So we know it's 156. All their timeouts are out, right? 2nd and 8, first down. Again, should he have scored? Should the coach tell him get down and then go to Anthony point because now they sell and Tasha has come right back and score.
Exactly.
So is this one of those things? Just a thing. So what do you got? Do you tell them, hey, just go to the end zone and our defense got to stand up? Or do we really be cerebral about this? I'm just curious, not being negative at all.
Listen, for me, not being negative, but for me, hindsight is gonna be 20/20 with my answer too.
Yes,
man, I don't care if you roll over, lay on that ground, get that first down, and roll down. Do not get the touchdown. We finna kneel it out. It's the same 3 points we had. It's not like we won by 10 by the end of the game. The same 3-point difference. Our defense allowed them to do the drive that we mentioned in the previous thing. Man, and again, it's hindsight is 20/20. Maybe as a coach, you thought you could try to, if you did tell them to score, you bank on your defense, but I wouldn't bank on this defense. So we got the ball in our hands. You got the first down for sure. Look to the side and make sure have the awareness to say, hey, let's kneel this one out and let's go home. Let's pack this thing up before we had that onside kick that we had to make sure we recovered.
I think you have to look a little deeper than that. So if the score didn't make it double digits where they have to score twice, like if we was only going to be up by 6 or 7 or less, then I agree with that. Okay. But the fact that this put us up 10 with 1 minute and 55 seconds left and them with no timeouts pretty much, you score. You go up by double digits. And if you can't hold on to a lead with less than 2 minutes left, and you just went up by 10, then hell, shit, you don't need to be playing.
I was just curious.
You have a point, but it's I guess it could go either way, and it worked out for us. But we still end up with the same point margin. But
Yeah.
to me, I don't know. I maybe in this moment, I'm not gonna risk it.
No, it's smart. You're right. You play the percentages, but on a problem with it, with almost 2 minutes left, I don't know.
The clock stops on that first down.
It would have started again. They didn't have any more.
They didn't have any timeouts. Right. So you're right.
They didn't have any more timeouts.
Yeah. So we could have knelt down and milked the clock out. You're right. Yeah.
That's my only thought. Knowing we can milk the clock. Don't give them the ball back for sure. Not only if you can milk the clock. Victory formation. Get your first down. They don't have any timeouts. All of that had to play in your favor. If they have timeouts, you don't do it. Or if it's too much time on the clock, of course you don't do it. But in this case, I think that it worked out in our favor, so we're happy either way. But to me, if you can do victory formation and run the clock out and just be safe, you're safe.
But I like your point. I like your point though, because your logic is sound. We're up by 10. They got to score twice, get the touchdown. Again. I want to be very clear because I don't want to be clear that we're set run the ball up there, get into the end zone. That's what we did. Right. But because I thought it was fascinating because I saw the paper. He was like, literally, should I score? Should I not?
Right.
And the coach, and I guess my bigger point is, you always coach it even when your player is playing. I want our players to even have that thought process to even know if there's potential to do that. So these are things that I guess my end result is that I like that players are smart enough to even realize what's going on and just you keep coaching your player all the way through. But I'm with you. I kind of thought about saying you go ahead and score because in the end, I'm a defensive guy. Man, go to defense, man. Shut this thing down. We're not going to, we shouldn't have to kneel down. Right. But I agree with you because our defense has been so porous. Maybe we need to
But isn't this why
that's what I would like to say? Another thing about
isn't this why you run? You got situational football. We should be prepared for things like this. And so that was. I mean, now I run get the score. That's me. I'm get the score. That's me and Ashley were literally arguing about this before the show. I'm getting the score all day, okay? But I just feel like if that is your strategy or whatever, even in the middle of the game, you're right. You still coaching, but that's situational football. We looking at every situation, anything that can happen. You knew where we were. We knew where we were when we went into the drive. So if that was the case, and that's what you want them to do, then I think that's once again on your coach to let them know, hey, this is what we're gonna do, whatever. And maybe the coach said, get the touchdown.
Maybe he told them get the, and that's what I love about it. As much as I'm sitting here saying be safe, take the safe route, I'm excited that Thad got over 100 yards in rushing, right? Yeah. And he did what we know Thad could do all season. So that excites me. So my logical mind says, all right, be safe. But I'm excited for Thad that he was able to do what he was able to do, and we still walked away with the win.
Yeah, it was nerve-wracking too. I said it. I have been calling the whole game. Me and Ashley were on the phone. I was like, it's gonna be an onside kick. It's gonna be, and sure enough, onside kick. But what would FAMU football be without heart attacks and blood? I mean, we've been doing this for like 3 years now. Willie had the heart attack, high blood pressure games too. Yeah, it's cardiac rattlers. That's what they were. So it is what it is.
Man, okay. Look, let's make sure we're gonna hasten on. So we're gonna hit real quick. Have your good, your bad, and your ugly ready. What y'all got for the good and the bad and the ugly from watching this game? So we're gonna start off with working education, grows and glows. So we're gonna always work with our grows first. What was the ugly thing that you saw in this game that you need to see some more addressed, and drop it in the chat too. We ain't forgot about y'all.
Oh, what I saw. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Nah, but yeah, I'll just start off. The bad was our 5 minutes of defense in that fourth quarter. You know what I mean? That's bad because the game should have been sealed, and the game, to answer the point, it was not sealed. Where it was still in doubt, where it should not have been in doubt. And those are things that when you get up, you're making these big plays. And again about this is consistently. Kellen Leary said it. We score, go up and we give it right back. And that's the. So was this the ugly? We're talking about the ugly, right? This is ugly. Yeah, that's ugly to me. That's really ugly because that means we never can shut the door on a team and get out of there with a win. So that's ugly to me.
My ugly was the 345 passing yards. That's all I can say. 345 passing yards on our defense. That is.
My ugly is the 9 for 14 third down conversions. That's just that is incredible stat. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ashley. Yeah, my ugly was the secondary giving up 345 yards and 4 passing TDs. That shouldn't happen, you know. And then, again, you recruited 101 DBs, and you you brought in 101, 400, an army of DBs. Yep. Why are we getting beat for 345 and 4 passing TDs? That should never happen. Especially you are a defensive-minded coach. You played defensive back. This is your position specifically of expertise.
Senior and grad student and transfers too.
Mm-hmm.
Not even young guys.
Yep.
I think I agree with everybody's ugly. I agree with everybody's.
Yeah, I think I was going to take that 345. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to lean towards a 31-28. I think part of it, and it goes back to my concern for next season. There are 2 schools in the SWAC that before the season started, there was no Celebration Bowl, and that's Valley and UAPB. These guys never had a Celebration Bowl. There was never opportunity. Didn't matter what they could do. They could smoke it. They could sell it. They could drink it. They could call it Blue Magic and sell it on the street corner. It wasn't going to be no Celebration Bowl. And for them to come up there and pretty much scare you into a win is nasty work when they were not eligible to play. Not even like, maybe to the point to where the quarterback that left them transferred to another school and he wasn't eligible when he went there. That's something that's concerning for me, especially going into next season, knowing you damn near need a 970 APR wise to go to a postseason. Like, it's a concern because you got teams with no hope that are really giving you a fight. And that's a concern. To me, that's ugly, especially when we talk about the standard of FAMU, not just on the field, but off the field. Like, FAMU is hard AF to get into. If you're a high school student, I don't know how many of y'all would make it. I ain't going to hold you. I got into FAMU twice. I wouldn't have got in the first time. That second time, they would have had to take me. But the first time, I would not have gotten to FAMU. And when you're considering the academic standard at FAMU is, you start to look at our APR compared to Jackson State, compared to everybody, all those schools that apply B2A and Bragg have very high APRs.
Yeah.
Kobe's done a great job in comparison to what the previous administration has done. We're still rolling off of the 800 score in that time period. But you're looking at Jackson during the prime era, that was a high. I think the highest I saw was like a 970. Like, you start looking at Alabama State in the 940, 950 area, somewhere like that. North Carolina Central, same thing. You should not be struggling this much with schools who don't have a hope of getting to the dreams and the aspirations that you not only have, but that you've attained.
Yeah, I always say, Quizlets out there, you can make flashcards. There's so many ways to study. I just don't get it, man.
These people don't know how to cheat.
Okay, I shouldn't say that, but I know everybody been there before. Yeah, come on, dog.
These just don't know how to cheat. I didn't cheat when I was in school. I to this day, I'll write a 20-page paper in 3 days, like easy, light work, no problems. But that's just the FAMU in me, right? But even the stuff that I struggled to pick up, it was FAMU. You're gonna get it out the mud and figure out a way. Otherwise, you're not gonna be here no more. And I don't know if we have a lot of that still going on. Like that, I don't know. I'll leave that.
You gotta remember we had those professors though also that they were gonna make sure you learn. Yes. They weren't just gonna flunk you. They were gonna give you an eye and make you come back.
Come to their office hours.
Yeah.
Look, Titus Brown taught me how to write.
You get it. Yeah.
So, all right. For the bad, we're gonna finish off with the good. But what was bad? It wasn't ugly, but it just wasn't pretty.
Let's see.
I mean, I have mine written down. I'll let
Come
Mr.
on,
Campbell go
come on.
first.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. The bad for me is the fact that, and again, I said it Saturday. It's November 8th, 2025. Well, now November 10th, 2025, and RJ's still inconsistent making his reads. That for me is at some point, you know, the light just has to come on. Something has to start to click. Like, again, you know, take what works and just keep applying it. But, you know, you can't even dive deep into the playbook because, you know, he can't. After the first read, it's not working. Like, so that's my bad.
My bad is, again, it ties into the ugly, but my bad is, again, we talked about it. It's just our defensive backs. It just, when you're in the state, I keep saying this. When you're in the state of Florida, it's two things to me. And again, traditionally, from FAMU, Florida State, Miami, Florida, it's two things that all those schools have. It's defensive backs and wide receivers. Just automatic. Now, anything else is up for grabs. But when you're talking about where you guys got the Pahokis, the Muck, Miami, West Palm Beach, where you guys just got guys just making plays all over the state, Tallahassee, even in the Panhandle down in Pensacola, and we can't find competent defensive backs, it just doesn't. It blows my mind because that's the thing in the state of Florida. You have the most, because these guys play both ways. They play wide receiver, they play defensive back, and the fact that we just can't find guys this year is, especially when we see outstanding defensive back play with Kellen Bowler and guys like that. You know what I mean? Kellen Bowler was a dog, man. You got to guess if we went to Jackson State, Fortilli is almost a foot taller, and Kellen Bowler, like, bro, we about to play. You know what I'm saying? You miss that when you see a guy like that, you know, that had that intensity, that could run with everybody, make big plays in big games, and then you got guys, number not being named, and my mama said, who is he? You know, I'm like, come on, man.
That's correct, Marvin. Yeah. Head coach was a DB.
Absolutely.
All conference DB, all American DB.
Yeah.
Like,
Bobby Bowden era DB.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait. Now hold up. Now we got to be fair about that though. Them Florida State defensive lines was stacked. I mean, you was playing straight up man coverage the whole game, but let's not lie. Them Florida State defensive lines was different.
Yeah.
Mickey Andrews was the man.
Yeah.
And back then they were DBU for real. So I mean, the guy on the other side was a first round draft pick too. So it made your job a little easier.
My bad is that doggone 3-man front. I'm sick of it.
Amen.
I said it.
My bad is 28 points. We haven't held anybody on the 20-some points, have we? 27, 26. Yeah, outside of Howard, yeah.
We held them in ourselves.
Oh my gosh. Jeez Louise.
That is crazy, man. We got to be averaging about 30 points, 32, 33 points a game. Giving up. Yeah.
Yep. Because as much as you would kind of say the Howard game brought you down, that FAU game brought you right back up. So it's literally probably like 38 points per game, something crazy like that. It's
crazy.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think my bad. I'm gonna go outside. Oh, did I miss somebody?
Oh, no, I was gonna say put Kingdom Building 87's comment up. Oh. Yeah, hey, look, we got some dogs here in Hillsborough County too. There's a whole bunch of them. There's linemen, quarterbacks, wide receivers, whole bunch of them. It's just come and get them. They want to go to Tallahassee.
Well, we got a lot of seniors and grad students, so
we got a lot of open spots.
Yeah, we should be. We got some spots where we can go get them now.
A lot of kids. FAMU is still attractive, even though we're not our best. I'll say my bad for this week. I'm gonna be the person, and I'm gonna respectfully stay out of their business enough to say, but that Gremlin Cookman, boy, that was bad. That was bad. And look, number 11, shout out to you, my boy, because number 11 for Cookman, he hit some of his boys got slung around, but he took some boys with him.
He was knocking people out.
Yeah, he was.
He was
he
sticking
can
people.
definitely be a pro boxer.
He can be a boxer. Yeah.
he got a pro boxing. He threw his setup. I said he got to be from the crib. Where he threw that setup? Ain't no way.
I believe I'm gonna say this in a very nice way. I would not doubt there's a little rice and beans in that family, and somebody found out the hard way, because I will never forget. When I worked at Jones, we had a kid and he rolled up on a little Puerto Rican kid, and he didn't realize in their culture they teach the kids how to box. That boy did switch feet, bop bop with his left hand, and Buddy went to sleep. And his friends was like, "Nah, we won't want no smoke. We'll just pick him up." Yeah, Buddy was laying him out. Now that DB got thrown over the bleachers.
Yeah.
No games were played, but I think that's the bad, just because we weren't, it happened. The other school in Louisiana had some fights, but we always get more attention when it's us. And, it's the schools are also getting some fines and other stuff like that. And, some guys are going to miss the classic is what it looks like. So, I mean, I hate that, because I want to beat you at your best. I don't want you saying, well, we only beat you because, because we're going to win the halftime show. That's a given, but I want to beat you at your best.
Oh, no, keep it. At this stage, we just need a W, bro.
I just want to beat him.
Yeah. At this stage,
I just want to beat him.
Listen, I think some people, Mr. McClellan, go back and look at the footage. I think
quarterback was involved.
I saw him.
I did love the mama though. I love that one mama say, "I know my boy not involved." She made sure.
Lock him up. Get him out of here.
Oh, goodness. What did y'all have for the good? What was y'all's good coming out of this game? Feeling high, feeling excited, or just, feeling the feels?
Oh, go ahead.
No.
Go
ahead. Ladies first. Ladies first.
Yeah.
I had like a two-part good, but it all goes together. So my good is that we had 7 yards. We had 206 rushing yards compared to their 96. So, we won that from that battle. And it also ties into Thad having his game where he got above 100 rushing yards. So I do like that we kind of used the rushing, and that was good for us. And if we think about it, we don't get Haley's rushing touchdown taken back. That's an additional yard, which was on us, of course, because it was a penalty. But yeah, the Russian attack for us, I like what I saw.
Oh, ladies first. Okay. I think that the good for me is that we did put together some good offensive drives. I would say we may not have scored on all of them, but which is, I'm not even gonna say that. Okay. But we put together some good offensive drives and we won the game. So that's the good for me.
I'm going to go. The good for me is definitely, and as I totally agree with you, that the running attack, because that was the whole predicate of where the game was won, because we were able to run the ball. And then because we were running the ball, then we were able to take some shots and make some big plays. And the one thing I will say too is that, and we know the names, and I'm gonna shout out because I'm a teaser to Mark. I know you're gonna be on the show. My niece from Jackson State, Paris, UAPB gonna beat you guys. The fact that I get to tell, no, we're not gonna have these people beating FAMU. Now hold on, we ain't them other folks down there in Baton Rouge. You see what I'm saying? Now what they got going on ain't what we got going on. So we still have that FAMU pride. And I'll say this again, and people laughed at me. I said we're gonna run the table. I think we're gonna finish this thing out, and the politics of it is going to allow some things I might not like. But I will say, I believe there's no other team. Literally, I mean, we should not lose to Alabama A&M. Let's be honest. We should not lose the ballot. So again, Bethune-Cookman, if you look at they've had quote unquote a better season. I don't think they're a better team than us. So again, we still a FAMU. So you finish up with a FAMU pride, you would be 6-2, which would basically put you tied for third. Well, we'd be third because Jack State and Alabama State. But again, that's still a winning record. Still not allowing teams to say that, because we've beaten most of the teams. You guys understand? Only Jackson State, now Alabama State, Prairie View, and Valley are the only teams in the SWAC. So we played everything and have not beaten us. So I want to keep that going. I want to keep that going, that nobody think they can just come up and run up on us, because got to handle the weak folks, because we already know we always going to be fighting with Alabama State, Jackson State, always. But we can't let because the weak folks, you got people back. Oh, when y'all come now, we whoa.
Too much dip on your chin.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, talking about UAPB. Oh, wow, this camp, I know y'all go, whoa, bro. You see me still FAMU now. So that's for me, that's the good.
For me, the good was I took away, again, like Ashley said, the running game, 206 yards rushing. And then, of course, Daniel Portomatic, 4 for 4 on extra points, 1 for 1 on PAT. So those were my two the goods that came out of it. Daniel Porto is still, I think he should be an All-American.
Absolutely.
He's got to be
consistent.
I hope we can keep him next year.
We need to keep him.
Really.
Hey.
Yes, we do.
We need to keep
He kicking 55-yard field goals with room to spare. Come on, man. It's people in bigger programs that's not doing that. When we were at Southern, he kicked that 55-yard. They were like, he ain't gonna make that. I was like, oh, we gonna make that. In the sweat, we the only ones in the sweat that's doing that. He gonna make that, and he sure did with some meat on.
Keep playing. He's gonna be in Miami with Willie Simmons like the other guy.
I told Ashley.
I'm sorry.
I said this is Trey Wilhoit last year. He might for real. Man, listen, Willie, leave our people alone. Go get somebody else now.
Listen, that he is a kicker, and we need to keep him.
Yeah.
I know someone on the sideline Willie can take down to Miami. We can buy some.
Like about 3 of them. RJ.
Y'all not talking about the same people.
Hey,
I'm not
talking about the same person. We talk about the same one. RJ, Ray, Roy. Look, give a flying flip. We'll duck no smoke. I'm gonna let Kelvin get his good in before, because I was
3 for 3 on 4th down, 7 of 13 on 3rd down. So on the money downs, we produce. And what I would say overall is is that in spite of our imperfections, and when we get challenged, this team still has shown the ability over the last 3 and 4 weeks to be able to overcome adversity and find ways to win. That's a good.
My good leans into what Coach Steve was saying. It's a path to a winning record, and I think I stated it last night. It's a path where honestly, you get to, whether you like it or not, you get that extra year in the cozy. And let's call a spade a spade. Some of y'all may not like it, but it makes no sense for you to fire a coach and then not have a chance to go to the Celebration Bowl because of APR, especially when he's raising the APR. Let him do the work. Next year's a contract year. You don't have to renew it. You can't renew it based on whatever he does in the season. But I think the beauty of being able to say that you can have another winning season and be able to say that you've never had a losing season while a member of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, I think that still means something. And from there, that allows you to go on to the next year and to carry on, because we all know who the favorite is. It's Quinn Gray, but it's only 20 HBCUs out there. And honestly, only 3 or 4 of them are going to be hired. And there's only one that he would probably want to go to, and that's Southern. And does he really want to go to Southern? I mean, I don't know. He might or might not. I don't know. But, I wouldn't. But so, let's kind of call a spade a spade. The budget is the budget. Your new athletic director is a noob, and he's never been an athletic director before, but he's got somebody good behind him like Angela Suggs. So, you're hoping that the expertise and the experience around these people can kind of kick in before the Florida Doge kicks in and does this thing. So, because they've already hit up New College, we already know FAMU's going to be on that list too. So, and that's not being political. That's just being honest, but in this day and time, especially with this administration, you're not in a position where you can fight both your alumni, the state of Florida, and a budget to fire a coach, because it's going to be seen as wasteful spending. And we've seen where other states such as Louisiana have already started talking about, hey, the governor is going to get involved in the hiring process of your football coach. But the governor is involved with enough dealing with you as is, not being political, but just calling what it is, to where I don't think you want that smoke for your football program right now. So finish out, get a winning record, do what you got to do for next year, but make it abundantly clear that, you're going to learn the lessons of this and move forward with the next, administration when it comes in.
Well, the only thing I add is we're 4-5 right now. Let's finish the season and see where we at.
That part. Because that only happens if you win out. If you don't win out, hey, that's between you and that lady. She live in Winter Garden, so it ain't a far ride after the class. You know, you can stay at her house or something. She ain't there no more. She over there at the president's house, so you can Airbnb it out for the night. I don't care.
Stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's not that
Y'all,
far.
we are not getting Teddy.
I
Is not
try.
coming. Y'all let it go. It's not.
I was gonna
coming.
say, you know, I saw Teddy yesterday out there on Himes in Tampa Bay. Right after the game, man, dude, that man was buying a couple of glizzies and ribs and stuff for him and his family. Like, he got up out that locker room quick. I was like, geez, and you're all on this side? Because the locker room's over by Dale Mabry. I'm like, my goodness, Teddy got out there. For real. I'm like, Teddy do not care. Teddy just trying to collect a check.
All right, so we can get everybody right and get y'all up out of here. Come with your school grades. What grade do you give the team? Offense, defense, special teams, coaching, OAG, strike zone, fangs up, penalty talk, coach's corner, fang exchange. What y'all school grades is on a Monday?
We going overall or?
Nah. Ain't no overall. Okay. Like, because then folks start ducking smoke that way. No. We gonna start with special teams. They probably the ones that ain't nobody paid no attention to.
Hey.
Well, I'll go. I'll start. I'll tell you this. I'll be the first one just to help everybody out. So you're talking about special teams. Here's the thing. We didn't have any runbacks for touchdowns. So let's start there. We hit all the extra points. Special teams did a pretty good job. I'm going to give them a B.
Gotcha. Ashley, what you got? You said yes, so that means you next.
I mean, Mr. Campbell said it. I agree with him. Special teams get to be for us, and Porto always is the curve guy for us. So as long as Porto is hitting like he hits, they gonna always come out with a passing grade.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a B as well.
Yeah, I'm
A minus.
You said B minus as well.
A minus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put B minus.
Okay. I'll lean on y'all on that one. Okay. Special teams. So far we'll go. It's a B average. So okay. Let's look at defense.
Hey, I'm going first again. This is the one where the guy didn't show up for class. He didn't study. He just hoped he passed the test and it didn't work out. So I'm sorry. Defense. And again, I'm going to grade hard on this because we should not have been in this situation. I got to get a defense F because literally, like Ashley said, we were still in danger of losing that game. And that is all because of a fourth quarter where we gave up more points than the rest of the game. Yeah. So again, you cannot allow that, and especially again when you talk about a team. Again, I know UAPB can throw about it's still UAPB. We're still family. We're more talented. We should not be to a point where we only won by 3 points, and the majority of the bulk of that points came in the fourth quarter when it was the money quarter. So I'm sorry, I got to give them an F.
Ditto.
Man. Well, I'm gonna be a little bit sweeter and say D minus, but it's a low D, low. We teeter totter in the line of that F, so I might as well just join the crew F. I just talked it on down.
Yeah,
it's a see me after school, come retest, see me after class.
What was your thought process when you did that?
Yeah, we need remediation. We need reteaching. We need all of that.
The parent-teacher conference.
We need everything.
How did you get there though? For me, it's because football is literally broken up the same way an academic calendar is, right? So you got quarter 1, you look good. Quarter 2, you look good. Quarter 3, you look good. Then quarter 4, you just gave up. And so that's why you got the F, because it's like the first 3 quarters, you look like we was tracking all right. Our data looks good. We're making our gains, all the whatever academic, pedagogy you want to use. And then come that fourth quarter when it's time to get the final test, you just lay an egg. Like, what the heck?
I don't think we ever looked good. Quarter 1.
But Keith, I got to disagree with you. I'm telling you, my research staff, there was 21 points that should have been scored in the first quarter. We see that 0. See, and I'm not saying you're doing this, but this is what happens when you look at the box score, right? And you see that 0, and you're saying, "Oh, okay, I see what's going on here and everything." But no, and I'm sorry. Well, the 7. But it literally was 28 more points that could have been scored, or 21 more points could have been scored.
That worked for. Yeah.
Okay.
TD's back.
So that's the reason why I'm sorry. That's the reason why I have to give them an F, because the defense started from the beginning giving up touchdowns like that and ended up giving up touchdowns. Then they didn't have any penalties. That's why they actually were scorers on the board.
Yep. Facts. Sorry.
Wearing an F. Hey, that's what it is. Defense overall F. Offensively, what y'all gave the offense for this game?
So here's the thing. There was the ray of sunshine. There is, like I say, that was not a dark cloud. I felt pretty good because, again, I've been preaching this, and I appreciate you guys having me on. Hopefully I can come back on next week when we talk about Alabama A&M. But what we want to see is the playmakers get the ball. That's all we've been saying all year. And when anytime I can hear Goldie Lawrence in the end zone, Haley, I still want to see Wilcher, you know what I'm saying, make some big plays and things like that. That's your safety net right there, RJ. Because, again, I'm not expecting you to go and do a methodical drive. But if you just get these guys in position, they can take it to the house. Yeah. They can take it to the house. So that was, to me, was the good that we finally saw the rushing attack and we saw, you know, those big plays, things like that. So I'm going to give them a nice B.
Yeah.
Ditto again.
Yeah. B. I'm going to give you a B. B plus.
I'm giving a B. I'm trying to decide if they get a B plus or just a B, but I'm gonna just stick with a B. But to be honest, what they did exactly what Mr. Campbell said. Like you put the ball in the hand of Goldie, and he does the rest of the work. Like, you know, it's somebody another receiver. We don't know what would have been that turned out to be. So we're gonna give him a B.
So for this one, I broke it up, you know, by position group. So quarterback, you know, I said, you know, still a little too inconsistent for my liking. Not to maybe my expectations are too high, but I'm just not seeing the quality of play that I would like to see from a FAMU quarterback and what I'm used to seeing. So I went C- there. Running backs, I said, you know, as a unit, they had a great day. A-. Wide receivers, they made plays when the opportunity afforded itself. You know, A+. Offensive line, again, you know, for this game, C, but I still feel like we're not nasty enough. We're too sexy, as I've said. You know, we need to get nastier. I want my offensive lineman to be able to maul you like a bear. Like, that's what I want. The way 54 finished that play on the Jamal Haley touchdown, that's what I need every single time. I need to know I can go into the club and nobody's going to touch me because all 5 of you are going to literally maul somebody. I need to know that. So, again, C.
Yeah. I'm going to give them a B, but I'm with penalty talk. I feel like not enough of our offensive line look like they make good barbecue. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I need for you to look like you make good barbecue. And I remember I heard in high school, and I'll never forget it. And it was the truest words I ever heard. The best lineman looks like a potential racist, black or white. And it's sad, but it's true. Like, I don't see enough of that on our football team. I don't see no Bubbles. I don't see no Pookie. I don't see no little pistol starter. Like, I don't see dude that you kind of run up there, got a grill, and you like, hey, I ain't even gonna worry about it. It looks sketchy, but I know the rib's gonna be on point. I don't see that guy on our offensive line. I see on defensive line. Oh, my boy 90? Oh, yeah, he got a little bit of he got a little FU to him. I love that about him. I don't see a lot of FU on this football team. Like,
again,
it's more of that.
It's did you own a cow and did you win a first prize trophy at the state fair, you know, when you were 6?
We were missing some starters. We was missing some starters on offensive line, though.
But we ain't got no boys from Sneeds, Madison County. I'm saying, you know, like if you're from North Florida, you know what I'm talking about. Like
the Madison County boys,
Marcollo, Cross City, Lakeland.
So, I'm gonna say something that
Georgia.
The Madison County boys, they run that wing T offense, so all they do is just get after it.
I'm gonna say something, and you can't be sensitive about this. So some of them counties y'all talking about, them guys can't get in school.
You ain't lying.
You know what? You know what?
There ain't no sense of the fact.
That's what we have to see. That's exactly it right there.
Hey, trust me, I know a lot more than what I'm saying when I said that.
Yeah, I believe you.
We all do, especially in Madison County. Look, the boys play football good, but they don't. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's the problem with this team. We need a few more Title I kids.
We do. No, I want to say now. I would not argue with you, Tasha. You 100% right. You need a thug. You need a knucklehead.
I ain't seen gold slugs on our roster since Willie left. I'm just saying, I ain't seen nobody with a mouthful of gold in a while.
And we're not talking about the finesse. We're not talking about the diamond, the VVS. We talking about like literally six to the top, six to the bottom.
We talk about slugs, like
the biggest, the largest.
The finesse.
Wait, bring that one up. The honey bun eating cat. Wait, bring that up.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Zebra cakes. Look, we ain't got enough jokers that grew up on Little Debbie on our football team, man.
But but I also want them guys. The whole family, and the mama's big, the daddy's big, the little brother. See, you look at his mama, you know he offensive line. You look at his mama. You know what I'm saying? You be like, I know that's Jones' mama right there. See, I want that. See, I was going to know. You knew who, when you understand the Bears, you knew who mama was who, and all the offensive mama had the same look. I want them.
Or if you saw him and you never saw his mama, you knew he was shaped like his mama.
You know what I'm saying? Knew he was shaped like his mama. Biscuits, cornbread, bacon.
We going to Thanksgiving that day.
That jersey kind of like that. Yeah, I need that.
Look, I ain't seen nobody have to help nobody grandma in the stands all year long. Just saying.
Nobody got diabetes. Nobody got high blood pressure.
Ain't got that little arm fat. Nothing. Come on, man.
Everybody ain't no big mamas. Ain't nobody.
I ain't seen somebody out there who cook everything. Look, I tell my students and stuff I grew up eating. They're like, you've eaten that? Yes. You've eaten this? Yes. I'm from Thailand. I'm from the country. Leave me alone. if it crawled, we probably ate it. Like, I ain't seen nothing.
Yeah. We need somebody who stutter.
EA said parrot toad. Oh my gosh.
Shaped like their mama. Ashley say shaped like their mama.
That's what I'm telling you. You never see the mama. You just look at him and know he's shaped like his mama.
That boy shaped like his mama.
Ain't nobody got a gun rack on the whole football team. I'm just saying.
What? Exactly.
I remember that.
How many Stokers do you got sitting up on the shelf? Do you have an elk on the wall? That's my thing. Like,
black or white too, because look, I remember my first football season. Coach said, "Hey boys, y'all got to take y'all guns out the truck. Come on, coach, it's hunting season." That's the black and the white kids.
Do you have a mullet? Do you have like a party in the front and all just flow in the back? Is that what you got?
Right,
man.
Like, I'm just saying, your girlfriend look like a honeybee. I got questions.
Oh,
do not start.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, we can't get fined. He can't spin us.
Oh goodness. So, coach, we've had some. How did y'all feel about the coaching in this game? You know, what grade? Look, coach, I'm just telling you, I'm glad this is not a cumulative football season because, boy, he wouldn't be passing with us right now. Say it like that. So, how y'all feel about the coach's grade?
I'll go again first. I'm sorry. You already know what the defensive coaching, it still gets the same F. I'm going to, again, Coach Burris, I guess being in the box, again, finally getting the stuff. Yep. Now, I know you got your son out there, a little bit less of him, more Wiltshire, more the other guys throwing the ball. No disrespect to that. But, again, we can't have this nepotism. We got to get the guys out there on the field that can make plays. So, again, I'm going to give, unfortunately, defense, because again, we talked about it. See, the film does a lot, right? Guys still out of place, guys still not there. Sorry about that. Offense, I'm gonna give coaching a B.
These comments are nasty work.
You gotta find in the comments. I'm just telling you that now.
Nasty work.
Wow.
No lies detected.
Wow.
Overall, I'm gonna give the coaches. We're gonna blend it together, so I gotta give them a C. But if we just doing overall, I'm gonna give it a C.
Agreed. F for defense. Yeah, F for defense. B for offense and special teams. So C overall.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's a C barely. I mean, honestly, only because I think once somebody get Burley, like, can you see Burley? But honestly, it should be a D, but y'all gonna get away with it today. So I give them a B today, a C. So y'all pass, but C's don't make degrees.
Where they don't.
I was gonna say something.
Grad school. Once you get to grad school, you can't bring those students up there.
Okay.
Okay. Oh man, we hit our school grades, man. Look,
me too, Hollow.
Before we get everybody up out this piece, right? First, we got to make sure, thank everybody for coming on. Penalty Talk. Look, as y'all can tell, we trying to invite the FAMU universe out here. The multiverse, whatever you want to call it, the FAMU-verse. Hopefully, I talked to Kelvin about the end of the season, and Brian. We're probably gonna try to have, Fat Mouth, be ready. Look, we're gonna try to have the whole squad on here and just have a nice family reunion. See if we can get Vaughn and look. If y'all get Bobby on here too, look, look, that's on y'all. But hey,
that's on y'all.
Might be some good times, boy. we might get in trouble, but it might be some fun. But we really want to make sure we show y'all that we consistently support not just each other but our university, whether it's through the track program. You got two of us out here trying to put on for the track team. You got one of us, two of us putting on for everybody. You got Uncle Steve putting on for all the kids up there in Atlanta. You got Penalty Talk. So everybody's supporting FAMU in some way, shape, or form. So just follow us, like, subscribe, tell your friends. I think they lowered the monetization to 500. So let's help all of us get to 500 follows. We know the BCSN is already there, so continue to follow them. But ONG, let's get them. Make sure we got them over like 700. Let's keep that going because that helps and makes it so that we can continue to get content out to y'all. Because StreamYard ain't free. I just had to pay that bill today.
Man.
Absolutely.
So before Penalty Talk, we're gonna start with you, Doc. Since you the newcomer for the day, even though you're not new to the ONG Strike Zone, tell everybody where they can find you and just where to look out for you.
Yeah, so pretty much, you guys can find us on Penalty Talk on Facebook, at Penalty Talk on Twitter, and then Penalty Talk on YouTube, and then you can also find us at Throw Flags on Instagram as well. So me and Bishop will be on tomorrow night, Rattler Roundup podcast, and then Keith will be joining us actually Wednesday night for the Run and Gun podcast. So he'll be picking, college games, NFL games with us. Florida Classic week, I want to let y'all know now, Ashley and Tasha, be ready. We coming to you with some game picks. And then, rivalry weekend, Mr. Campbell, we would love to have you on as our guest picker as well. So, good times. We'll keep them rolling.
Okay. Let's go. Steve, let's get you, Uncle Steve. Let's get you to come on in there.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to be long because there's a few things I want to make. First of all, I'm proud of all the young folks out here on, doing things. Tasha, Ashley, JP, me and Kel. And Keith, you're a young brother too. So us old heads proud of y'all. So I want to say that. Really proud of what y'all are doing, stuff like that. Want to say a couple of things. Shout out to the freshman class of 88. We will be sponsoring the basketball team pick up and go when they go play Georgia. So if you are in the Atlanta metro area, if you want to ride to the game, holler at your boy. Got plenty of room in the Escalade. Me and Lakita Blockson, we got 4 more seats. Go up here and support the Rattlers. FAMU 88 is going to pay that money and feed our kids. So that's a great thing too. One other thing too, and I just got to say this because this is on my heart. Rattlers always remember this one thing. Rattlers don't ever disrespect other Rattlers on social media. And I saw something unfortunate. We had a young lady that was a Rattler. She made a post. She was in front of Jack State's band. Just there, has a good time. Of course, Jack State people took that, reposted it, and they weaponized it against us. And then we got Rattlers talking bad against Rattlers. Hey, man, don't do that no more. Don't allow those people to use that because all they're doing, they're fueling their passion. We are 100% Rattlers. We brag different. We're better than everybody else. Don't be shooting your shot at a fellow Rattler. If you got a problem with them, hit them on the DM. But don't be going up there talking about Rattler because that does not make us look good. That does not make us look good. So I'm going to say that again. When you see a Rattler do something, again, she was enjoying the boom or whatever, don't go on there and disrespect another Rattler. That really hurt me. So I asked you to do a little bit better. And last but not least, tomorrow, HBC Coach's Corner, we are looking to try to have Coach Quinn Gray. I'm still trying to confirm it, but I appreciate everybody. Thank you all for having me on, and I will always come on if you need me.
Okay. Come on, Tashay.
Well, you can always find us on I'll just talk me and Ashley for
you might as well. Yeah.
You can find us on all social media, X, formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Fang Exchange, FANGEXCHANGE. Also on YouTube. Follow us. We are every Thursday. Our show is at 9 o'clock. We're looking to expand, so look out for that in the new season coming up. But yeah, Thursdays at 9. Fang Exchange on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. And then of course our personal pages is just my name, Ashley. But follow us, get our likes up, get our subscribers up. Yeah, that's it, right, Ash?
Yep, that's it. You got it.
Come on, Ashley, your turn.
So just everything that Tashay said, because we come as a 1-2 combo in most things. So only thing I'll add is just go to the website, www.fangexchange.com. Peruse around, look around, see what you like. We have some people that have reached out to us who are interested in taking this thing to another level as far as supporting our student athletes. And we are looking forward to doing that. Basketball season is rolling. Upticking now. Softball is coming around. Track is coming around. So we have so many other sports. Football season is winding down. We have rest of the fall sports going in the spring. So we're always looking to support additional athletes, and we do it with your help. So come find us. Go ahead.
I just want to add one thing. Also, those of you, share it with somebody else, because like Ashley said, we are getting a lot of like corporations that are reaching out, but it looks better when we have the engagement from other people, so that we can take those analytics and all of that to present to them, because a lot of corporations are reaching out, but of course they're looking at the ROI, their return on investment. So share it with somebody else to share, so that they, everybody can come and follow us, so we can bring our analytics up. So when we are with these corporations, we can take it to them to show them that, we'll be able to properly return on their investment.
Cool. Let me go ahead and jump on this. So Keith Hadley, Fangs Up podcast, 5th Quarter FAMU Twitter page. I help out Rattler Boosters every once in a while. Still doing that. But man, look, get to be the fill-in host for Brian Fulford. Y'all know Brian still sends his love. But just Fangs Up podcast, man. Follow that. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Follow there. 5th Quarter FAMU on Twitter page. So definitely, like the YouTube page as much as possible. Share with your friends. Please do. And let's continue to share with the family. As y'all know, we are doing a little something for the track team. So if you are so inclined, we will have the QR code up there during the show for you to be able to scan. And we are trying to get the track team to $10,000. But you also have another initiative. We're trying to get them to 40. So in total, we're trying to get the track team to about 50 racks. So if we can get that track team to that level, we think we'll be able to do some things, because it's a championship level product, right? And in order to have a championship level product, sometimes you got to have championship level investment. So I think one of the things that we're going to be looking forward going to in the future, maybe adding another face to the Fangs Up podcast. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. And we might also be trying to do some things over here at the BCSN network as well, man. So, always looking to expand, always looking to grow, always looking to achieve, because, achievement is what we do, right? So, and of course, if you are going to be at the Florida Classic, the best tailgate, bar none, it's going to be the Noops. We always win the tailgate. Sorry. We're going to have oyster on the grill. I think we're going to have shrimp and grits like we had last year. We have a good time, but bring a little $10 donation. We use it for our Winter Park Kappa League, the award Winter Park Kappa League, award-winning guide right as well. So I'm active in all those and very active in my fraternity, but active in my church as well. So just ask y'all come through, support, and show some love, man, because y'all know we want to be the best. We want to represent the best. And much like Uncle Steve said, we don't battle each other. So if we do have a disagreement with each other, we handle it off the field, but we love each other, because we love hard, because that's just how we love.
All right. And so ONG Strike Zone, I am Kelvin Rozier. I host that co-host that show with Brian Fulford and Marcus Green. You can catch us on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock to about 11. And of course, we have the review show on Mondays. From time to time, you may see us on other podcasts, or we may drop a show here and there during the middle of the week. Just depends. Make sure you hit the like button on YouTube, Facebook, the ONG Strike Zone. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or X, Facebook, Instagram. You can also download the Jericho Broadcasting app at search myjbn/mybcsn. And all our shows appear on the BCSN Pod Zone. We're on, of course, YouTube and anywhere you download and listen to podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, and Google Podcasts, and more. And last but not least, also, if you want to support us financially, help us to continue to grow, you can also hit us up at Cash App, MyJBN, MyBCSN. And I just want to thank everybody for, again, coming on the show. Thank you for your platforms and promoting FAMU. And we look forward to doing this again this Monday.
That's about right. Yes, sir.
You on mute, Keith.
Appreciate that. Look, I was trying to make sure nobody can hear me clicking. Also, we want to make sure we remind everybody, look, if you are in Tallahassee, you're not going to the Florida Classic. The SWAC Championship's in Tallahassee. It's piss poor advertising. It really grinds my gears. But the SWAC Volleyball Championship will be in Tallahassee at the Al Lawson Center. No excuses. If you're not going to the Classic, you're not feeling comfortable, go to the Lawson Center, support them. They're not having a winning record this year, but support. Also, if you're in Orlando, I'm not going to make it tomorrow, but they're the boys. We hadn't got a FAMU guys game in Tallahassee and Orlando, and I can't remember. They will be at UCF tomorrow, all the way on the east side of town. I'm sorry, I'm just too tired to drive over there and drive back and forth and pay $40 in tolls. But I will probably catch them in Cookman on one of them weekends. And then the girls are playing tonight. So I think they lost. I think they got some B2A. So prayers and supplications for the FAMU basketball team and whatever they're gonna do going forward.
So by the way, I just want inside information with the boys. So this will be the first game where almost everybody will be available. So the center, one of the centers will be back. We just got our point guard and one of our other guard forwards back last game. So we're only missing one guy, but we'll have our center back. So I'm interested to see as we get everybody, how this thing grows, because I got a good feeling about this team.
Yeah, I just got a question about them jerseys. Like, are we not a LeBron school anymore, or what? I don't know what's going on.
I was confused seeing that when they played.
No. It's the game. The original game jerseys are being worked on.
They're on the way.
Thank you, because I hate those. I'd rather wear those jerseys compared to what we're wearing right now. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Facts.
All right, y'all, man. Look, let's let everybody get ready. Look, penalty talk tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Or no. Well, yeah, tomorrow. I thought you were talking about when you come on.
No. I come Wednesday. So tomorrow, penalty talk. Wednesday, Penalty Talks Network. Also, ONG Strike Zone, and you also have the y'all got the OGs up there at the Old West Center. You got to go catch your uncles and your aunties. Coach, when's y'all show again, Uncle Steve?
Hey, tomorrow night, 9 p.m., HBC Coach's Corner. Hopefully we'll have Quinn Gray on to see what he might be doing next. Might ask him that question.
Tuesday night. So Tuesday, Penalty Talk. You got Coach. Wednesday, you got the ONG Strike Zone.
We got Jamie. By the way, we got Jamie Shute, baseball coach, coming on Wednesday along with my man Pooh Bear from what do they call it now? HBCU something, but he's the Alabama A&M guy.
Okay. Then Thursday, of course, you got the Fang Exchange and the Fangs Up podcast. We go back to back. Y'all know look, it's not gonna be a long show, so that you can make sure you get W flavor, W fun. And then Saturday, we got a game. Saturday, Penalty Talk. He's gonna do his post game and pregame. And then Sunday, gonna Fangs Up again. So, and then Monday, we'll be right back to it. So, look, y'all, we're gonna let everybody get up out of here. Y'all see, look, Brian, he made it off assignment to come check in. We still here. We about to get off though. All right, y'all. Y'all know what's up. What's always about to be. Fangs Up, ONG Strike Zone, Penalty Talk, Fang Exchange, and Coach's Corner. All here joining One Love, One FAMU. Y'all ready? We'll see y'all on next Monday. Yo.